Tonight on Mixing Night, it's wall-to-wall DAW tricks. Ken Lewis reveals many of the secret skills and signature sounds used on countless records. Techniques utilizing both Logic and Pro Tools. Ken's own plugins ALLCOMP and GreenHAAS, as well as Isotope RX11, Soothe 2, SoundRadix Auto Align, Serato Pitch and Time, Soundtoys Little Altar Boy, UAD AMS RMX16 and Manly Verimu, and Terry's Vocal Prep, Verify, De-essing Secrets, Apple Loops in Logic, Logic Stem Splitter, Logic Tempo Mapping, Pro Tools VariSpeed, and more. Ken gives a preview of the Wolf Audio Pro Patch Digital Patch Bay. Fire up your studio, tap in a friend, it's Mixing Night. Welcome to Mixing Night. Woo! We made it. I'm your host, Ken Lewis, here with the lovable hellhound Mazakeen Lewis sitting right behind my chair off camera. Tonight is DAW Tricks Night. 2 hours of very usable, easy to replicate DAW techniques that I have learned and developed over my career. Lots of gems tonight. I am showing both Logic and Pro Tools DAW tricks. Lots of Logic stuff tonight. And I'm showing off one very cool DAW trick integrating my outboard gear with my new Wolf Audio Pro patch. It's a digital patch bay, and it's the way that I can now bring all of my analog gear easily and effortlessly into my workflow, which has been a fantastic change for me. I've been dropping a few of these tricks on my Instagram for you guys, so if you've seen those, you have a good idea of what you're in for tonight. If you're live with us, make sure to enter the plugin giveaway right now. The link is in the description of the video you are watching right now, but do not leave us. Just open up another tab. If you gotta go, come right back. Throughout the night, we are giving away 4 plugins of your choice from Help Me Devon plugins, HMD plugins. That's Help Me Devon, DEVVON plugins. Devon makes killer plugins, and he also has a great podcast, which I have been a guest on. Devon is also a very talented artist and producer, and he is signing to my sync agency, Magnetic, as an artist. We are thrilled to get him. He's fantastic. And you can check out his music at Devon Terrell. There's a link in the description to enter tonight's giveaway. Go enter now, but come right back. Check out the agenda for tonight's list of DAW tricks. I hope I can get through them all. It is a crazy list of skills I am attempting to show you guys tonight. I think I cooked up 24 different examples to teach you guys. So don't leave your seats. I want to wish a very happy 23rd birthday to Anushka Sen. Nushi is one of my very favorite people on planet Earth. Nushi, I hope you had a great birthday. And boy, this next 365 is going to be absolutely bananasville. I cannot wait to see what you accomplish this year. My sync agency, Magnetic, is doing great. We just signed Devon. We're locking in our artist roster, and let me just say, our roster is absolute fire. The level of talent that we've been assembling at Magnetic is just beyond anything I could have predicted. I'm going to do a dedicated sync music show possibly in October or November. September, next month, is Hardware Night. A bunch of you guys have... Oh, Mazzy, you be quiet. Mazzy's here. September is Hardware Night. I'm going to base an entire show off of using outboard gear in your workflow. I'm using that Wolf Audio Pro patch extensively that night. That piece of gear is just mind-blowing. Did you know that we launched a TikTok channel? Yes, we did. TikTok is at Mixing Night Audio. Mixing Night Audio. And we pinned to the top of the chat. I know, I'm excited about it too, Maz. We pinned to the top of the chat roll for a while a link to one of our TikTok videos. I don't know what she's spoiling about. To the chat roll, you can see it's there right there. Top of the chat roll, it's a link to one of our TikTok videos. It's my favorite segment from last month's show. Please, community, help us launch our TikTok and get our algorithms popping. If you guys can watch that, watch it all the way through, like it, and then subscribe to the channel, that would be super fantastic while I try and shut my dog up. Thank you for your help. Super appreciate it. We'll see if we can get any traction at all on TikTok. Okay, the Sprint Mix tonight is a killer pop song by, man, I can't remember who the artist is. The song is called Selfish. I've only sprinted it one time before. If you guys remember who the artist is, tell me, because I'd like to thank them again. If you're familiar with Sprint Mixing and my plugins, you will see a common thread. I design things that keep you focused on the music and reacting to what is coming out of the speakers and not what is happening on the screen. My plugins, which I am showing you some very cool tricks with tonight, they don't generally have parameters. So you really just got to use your ears when you use those things, but they're super hella easy to use. And I literally, swear to God, use ALLCOMP on every single session I do. Production, recording, mixing, it is the cheat code. And tonight we are running our last flash sale until Black Friday. No more sales on ALLCOMP. The first 10 people to use the code LAST40, all caps LAST 40, LAST40, at mixingnightaudio.com can buy ALLCOMP for 40% off. That is the cheapest it's going to be for a long time. And it's not going back on sale until Black Friday, and it'll probably be 40% off on Black Friday. So snag it before your friends do, and grab the cheat codes. All right, I am going to get to Sprint Mixing. If you see the agenda tonight, you will see the full list of the crazy amount of DAW tricks I'm showing. So let's get to it. And where's my Sprint? Sprint Mixing. Boom. Here we go. This is, no, well, you know, Ken, I don't have my Sprint up, but I am gonna eat the time anyway, because that's, you know, when you're a pro, you don't get to just go like, well, that's the brakes. Now, why on earth is this not closing? Come on now. You gotta give me some help here. I am just burning time off the clock left and right. Definitely check out that TikTok video. Like and subscribe to our channel and like our videos. It's really going to help us get that thing launched. We super appreciate it. And come on, Sprint Mix. All right, here we go with Selfish. And I'm already 40 seconds in. Hurrah!
let's have more of you. And baby, I'm too self. I just gotta know that I'm gonna do what I've got to. I'm too fucking selfish, baby, I can't help it. I wish I could care about me, let's have more of you. And baby, I'm too selfish, maybe I can't help it. I just gotta know that I'm gonna do what I do. I'm too fucking selfish. You get exactly what you want. Oh, it's only when I feel the same. I only feel the same. So I'm raising conversation all out up front. Can you blame me for acting this way? And trying hard to please you, get exactly what you want. And I feel the same. So I'm raising conversations, I've laid it all out up front. Can you blame me for acting this way? And trying, I'm too fucking selfish, maybe I can't help you. Am I fucking it up or gonna let you down? I don't wanna hurt you, but it might be all part of the plan I'm going through. I'm sick of being reckless, I don't want us to be through. I'm too fucking selfish, maybe I can't help it. I just gotta know that I'm gonna do what I've got to. I'm too fucking selfish, baby, I can't help it. I wish I could care about me, let's have more of you. And baby, I'm too, I might spend it alone. I'm too fucking selfish, maybe I can't help it. I just, maybe I can't. Gotta know that I'm gonna do what I've got to. I'm too fucking. I'm too fucking selfish, maybe I can't help it. I just gotta know that I'm gonna do what I've got to. I'm too fucking selfish, baby, I can't help it. I wish I could care about me, let's have more of you. And baby, I'm too, I might spend it alone. Desires run deep, running wild in my bones. I should just call you, but it's not enough. Or maybe I'm too selfish, or maybe I'm a fool. I become so obsessed with the thought of success, I forgot about you. I've been trying hard to please you, get exactly
I'm done. That sounds great to me. Sprint mix concluded. Let's get back to the chat roll. Woo! Jay Hearns, Chris Adelman, Amond, AJ Jackson, Dan. See, Mazzy's shouting you guys out too. Who else we got? Josh S., Daniel Spector, Iman Brown. Who else? Michael Lance. Good to see everybody. Dolph Wolf. SRSL Recording Studio. Dave hates 808s. Why do you hate 808s, Dave? What do you got against 808s? Eric Iverson. What is up, Eric Iverson? Good to see you. All right, I'm going to jump right into some DAW tricks. I'm probably... Hey, you. Hush it up. Hush. I know you're the star. I know you're the star. Yeah. I know I'm the star, bitch. Let's see. Ready? All right, my first DAW trick is one of my favorites. It's this kick an 808 trick. If I can get this girl to give me some peace. So, all right, come on, babe. Come on.
Mixing Night DAW Tricks
with Ken Lewis.
Go on, good girl. Let's see if she scrapes at the door in a minute. She probably will. All right. So my first DAW trick is when you have a heavy 808 bass line and you have a kick drum and you want the kick drum to kind of punch through that 808, but the 808 is just gobbling too much of it up. I'm going to show you what to do about that right now using Soothe 2. Here's what we got rocking.
Don't know which pill to take.
Okay, so I'm going to put Soothe 2 on the 808. And I'm going to move the detector all the way down, so the low frequency detector, the high frequency detector. So here's the low frequency detector is all the way down. High frequency detector I've got around like 700 or 800 hertz. I always put this into oversample and ultra. It just sounds better. Now I'm going to sidechain this, and I'm going to set my sidechain to, let's say, bus 13, lucky bus 13. And on my kick drum track, I'm going to send out of bus 13, let me get that over here, pre-fader, and I'm just going to give it a bunch of juice. And the Soothe 2 is now going to react to what the kick drum is feeding it. And if I have set this up correctly, let me see what happens. Is my kick drum left side only? Oh, I bet 13 is, here it is, that's why. So do you see what's happening? I'm picking up the send of the kick drum into Soothe, and whenever that kick hits, it is pushing down the low frequencies only where the kick resides and only at the moment that those frequencies reside at. So you don't even hear the reduction in the 808. The 808 still sounds full the entire time, but the kick drum is opening up space inside of the 808 so that the kick can punch through at the same time that the 808 is staying big and heavy. Alright, that's a great way to give your kick and bass relationship a little bit of separation. Let them glue together and marry together and work together. without getting in each other's ways. So that's DAW trick number 1. Let's see, what is DAW trick number 2? Ooh, I'm going to go to RX11. Who else we got? Ben Kruger. Good to see you, Ben Kruger. I hope you're feeling great, dude. Eric Lee, Blackbird Music, Jay Hearns, Michael Bruce Miller. What's going on? Stephen Ramos. Who else we got up here tonight? Fantomas, Fonte, Skip 81, Gerard Saliva, LZ2K7. Man, the chat roll is popping tonight. Stephen Ramos asks, "Hey Ken, can you tell us about the work you've done for Bruno Mars when you get a chance tonight?" I can do a little bit. I'll tell you my funniest story about Bruno Mars, which is more interesting than the work I've done. I did some of the horns on Perm on 24 Karat album, and I created some percussion for Uptown Funk. For Bruno and Mark Ronson. When Mark Ronson called me for Uptown Funk, it was the first time I had ever talked to Mark Ronson ever, and I clearly knew who he was. He was amazing. He had already done all the Amy Winehouse stuff. And Mark calls me, and he's like, "Man, I really apologize for underutilizing your skill sets." And I'm like, "Wait, Mark, hold it right there. Dude, if you called me up and asked me to get you coffee during your session, I would be right there for you as long as it led me to a credit." So yeah, that went really great. And so Bruno told Mark Ronson about me, but then I was down in Ecuador at my place one time when I think Bruno called me for Perm, and it was the first time I had talked to Bruno, and you know, and he's complimenting my work, which is just fucking mind blowing. And he says, "Oh man, I would really love to watch you work sometime." And I'm like, "Dude, the stuff that you have me do is like watching paint grow. Like, it would be the least interesting stuff in the world until I'm done, and then it sounds fascinating." And he's like, "Oh, well, we really need to connect sometime." I'm like, "Yes, we do." If you all ever saw Bruno Mars' Super Bowl performance, wow, one of the absolute best ever. Okay, I am going to show you some very interesting Isotope RX11 tricks. So this is DAW trick 2. DAW trick 2 is RX11 music rebalance. So I master sometimes. I'm a mastering engineer as well as everything else. Why not? And I got a song in to master one time, and the lead vocal was just a little bit too low. And there was no real other way to bring it out. So what I did was, I'm going to show you with just a piece of this song, here, let me play you the song first. This is actually Jonathan Garcia's wife, Danielle Starrs, singing, and this is my group of Scene Stealers, a song called Losing It.
I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends.
What a voice. So I'm going to do this exaggeratedly on the copy of this, and then I'm going to A/B them for you so that you can hear it. So I'm going to take RX11 and I'm going to turn up the vocal, let's say 4 dB. There you go. Quality best. I'm just going to render. And then nothing else will have changed except for the entire lead vocal and lead vocal reverb is going to be 4 dB louder in the mix. This is so unbelievable. I don't know how they can even do this, but they do. We'll wait for that to render. Okay. Here we go. All right, so here's the master.
I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends.
4 dB
know
louder.
how the rules bend, and you're the king,
Source.
a saving face. I won't be your friend to clear your conscience.
That is mind-blowing to me, the tools that we have nowadays. All right, let me show you another fun one. Some of you guys may have already seen some of this stuff, but if you ever needed to create like a instrumental, get rid of the vocal completely, you can just turn the vocal down and render. Of course, when it's on quality best, the render is a little bit slow, but that's why I took only a section of it. And feel free to fire away with questions on the chat roll. We've got Lori on the chat roll harvesting questions and putting them right in front of me here. So even though I can see the chat roll, I'm not actively reading the conversations. I'm just shouting you guys out. Danny Onions, love that name. Alex Goforth, what's going on? David Casto, G Brown. Man, we got a poppin' chat roll tonight. This is looking great. Okay, so here is mix minus lead vocal. That shit is bananas. We'll do one more. This is vocal only. Who else we got on the chat roll tonight? Mixed by Rogers. DG Wild. What's going on? Or is that just DG and you're saying wild? I don't know. What about... I was trying to think of more Bruno Mars stories, but I don't think I have any. It's always amazing when those guys call me. I mean, it doesn't happen very often at all, and every time it does, I'm just like, you're, who? Oh, this is Bruno Mars? Whoa. Like, I don't get starstruck, but I get like, holy shit, Bruno Mars is calling me struck. One of my favorite moments in life was when I was doing some work for Eminem, and he calls me up. I've never met Eminem in person. And he calls me up, and we have a conversation, and right before he goes, keep killing it, Ken. And I'm like, what the Eminem just told me to keep killing. Oh my God. So yeah, that was like, holy shit. Okay. RX-11 instrumental, this is vocal only.
I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know.
The most impressive thing about that is that it maintains the coherence of the reverb trails. What kind of math is going on there? I don't even know how that they managed to do that. I'm going to show you the next DAW trick is vocal prep. Don't show the screen for a second, guys. I just gotta find the right. Dun, 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 dun.
Mixing Night DAW Tricks
with Ken Lewis.
This is vocal prep by Antares. Because it comes out of another output than Pro Tools, I can't play it for you in real time, but I'll render and then I'll pull it in. So I'm just going to drop the full mix onto here, and it's going to analyze, and then it's going to extract the lead vocal and get rid of everything else. And the difference between vocal prep and RX-11 is that vocal prep doesn't really carry the reverb trails. It trims those off. Whereas RX-11 seeks to really preserve the coherence of the reverb trails. So as a tool, you have to just decide what you want it to do and what you don't want it to do. And you'll see, so this is the lead vocal extracted, that's what it looks like, and that's what's been removed in the spectrum. And export prepped audio, yes, and then I'm gonna drag that into my session and then listen to how clean this shit is.
Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends. Know how the rules bend, and you're the king of saving face. Know you're keeping.
So do you hear how Vocal Prep gets rid of your reverb and really just isolates your vocal for you? And it doesn't allow you to export the music only, which is kind of a drag. RX11, you can do all of that stuff. But RX11, conversely, keeps all of your reverb.
Your friend to clear your conscience, lay in your bed.
Crazy, crazy technology that we have nowadays. Really, some next level shit. I'm going to show you some string layering. If you saw my Instagram post at Ken Lewis Producer, follow me at Ken Lewis Producer, and also follow at Mixing Night Audio. Actually, guys, if you can put the socials in the scroll so that people can see and find our socials, that would be great. While I am pulling up the string layering, Bruce Miller asks, hey Ken, any suggestion for a plugin which can smoothly pitch shift a sampled instrument? The sampled instruments I've worked with don't respond to pitch bend, but I find myself needing it. I'm about to show you. Serato Pitch and Time does just about the cleanest pitch shift out there. If anybody knows of a cleaner thing than Serato, let me know. I would be interested in it. But I'm about to show you some pitch shift with a full set of strings. Hey DG asks, hey Ken, any chance you could review ALLCOMP's Levitate bus and how it's useful for bass versus synths? Yes, I can. I'm actually going to show you later on tonight how to use Levitate for lead vocal. And that's a game changer on the lead vocal. I can show you that right now. All right, before I get to the strings, let me show you Levitate on a lead vocal. Where is...
I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends, know how the rules bend, and you're the I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends, know how the rules bend, and you're the I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends, know how the rules bend, and you're the I won't be your friend to clear your conscience.
Her vocals sound so good already that this doesn't have as much of an effect. I'll show you on another song where I think it'll be more powerful. But basically, if you have a vocal that's like a little bit too dark and needs some top end added and maybe is a little bit too muddy, Levitate is a tilt. And basically what I'm doing with it is, this is my center frequency, which right here is probably at about 500 hertz. And I'm tilting it to the right, so I'm adding top end and I'm removing low frequencies in kind of a ratio. So it opens up the top end and makes it a little bit brighter and more open, but really cleanly and musically, and then it reduces the bottom end a little bit. So it kind of makes your shitty microphone that doesn't have enough highs and has a little bit too much bass, and it readjusts the entire frequency spectrum to make it much more musical. That's what Levitate does. I will try and show you more in depth later. But now on to DAW Trick 5. DAW Trick 5. Staccato, which one is this actually? Yeah, it is. DAW Trick 5. Staccato strings layering using Serato Pitch and Time. So I have these staccato strings.
I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends, know how the rules bend, and you're the king of saving face. Know you're keeping. I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends.
So these staccato strings just kind of run the entire time and they don't do much. So I'm going to show you how to really enhance them. I'm just going to duplicate them. And then I'm going to get rid of the first half because I want this part to grow over the course of this verse. And then I'm just going to select the second half of what I've added, go into Audio Suite, Pitch and Time Pro from Serato. And I want to keep the algorithm on harmonic. I'm going to go up 12 semitones. 12 semitones is 1 octave up. I'm just going to analyze and render. And let's hear. I'll keep it muted. Well, actually, I'll play right before it because it's the same part, first half and second half on the low strings. And listen to how these high strings get added.
And feel the blame. I know how this ends, know how the rules bend, and you're the king, the saving face.
One other trick with this is I sometimes counterpan left and right because I've copied it up so that technically the frequencies you probably aren't going to have any phase problems, but it never hurts if you have an imbalance in the left to right pull of the main part. You can offset that imbalance by counterpanning it after the fact. So with just a really simple, quick and dirty, take your... And I do this with pads, I do this with pianos, I do this with a lot of different types of sources when I need to build more interest and I don't have the original music session. And just to listen again how this builds the part very quickly and easily.
Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends, know how the rules bend, and you're the king, the saving face. Know your key.
Love that trick. Okay, what is next? Ooh, I'm gonna move to some ALLCOMP stuff. Whilst I am pulling up the ALLCOMP stuff, Chris Adelman asks, hey Ken, which RX11 is being used, RX11 Advanced or Elements? I believe that's the Advanced. Yeah, that's the RX11 Advanced. And like just yesterday, I was working on Dialogue, and there was a bunch of like mouth smacks and all that crap in my dialogue, and it was just really distracting from what the dialogue was actually saying. And there is an RX11 thing called mouth declick, and I ran mouth declick on it, and I mean in 5 seconds it just cleaned the entire thing up. You just wouldn't even believe it. RX11 has so many like cleaning tools and things like that. It's a total frickin' game changer. And I find myself using it constantly on various different things. And you just never know where it's going to come in the most handy. Jay Hearns asks, hey Ken, are you going to do any ATMOS mixes on mixing night in the future? I'll probably do an ATMOS night again in the future. We've done previous ATMOS nights. And I think when we did them, we did like an interview in the round, which was kind of cool. And then I also mixed with Audio Movers Listen to Atmos version, and I pinned that up on the chat so that if you had a full Atmos room like this, you could listen to the Atmos mix in real time as it was happening, which was really, really cool. As like a format for the public, I think the public still doesn't really know what Atmos is. But every single person that I have sat here and played a full Atmos mix in my room that's never heard Atmos on speakers before gets the complete jaw drop experience. And that's like, you know, that's Atmos on steroids. Nobody's going to have a room like this to listen to their Atmos. But car systems sound amazing, and sound bars sound amazing for Atmos. So it's not only just a headphones format, but I would still say, for the most part, it's a headphones format still. And you got to make sure, like, if you had to choose between prioritizing one over the other, you should be prioritizing the Atmos. Prioritizing the headphones. But I'm still, sonically, I'm still a fan of Atmos. When it's done right, it is just gorgeous. When it's done wrong, it's really a steaming crap pile. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people doing it wrong out there. Who else we got on the chat? DG. Seamus Cranley's back. Hey, dude. Dynasty on the mix is here. Okay. Dynasty just turned me on to an artist that we're signing to Magnetic Music, my sync agency. Fantastic freaking artist. Thank you, Dynasty. I appreciate you. The Positive Journey. Good to see you. Lon Freeze, the Vinylist. Oh, the Vinylist is here. The Vinylist, if you see on the scroll, I have, she is, are you a violinist? With the Robert Kerr Ensemble, which I just co-produced and mastered their album. And the name of the album escapes me currently, but it's on the scroll. You can find it there. Definitely check that album out. It's really super fantastic. It's like string quartet for modern arrangements. Really clever stuff that they've done, and amazing players. I have them playing on a very special song that I'm producing right now as well. So check out the Robert Kerr Ensemble. Okay, ALLCOMP DAW tricks. So the first thing is this guitar. I will let you hear the guitar, and then I will let you hear how absolutely fantastically ALLCOMP transforms it and how quickly. Pretty boring, not much going on. Until now. How wake or levitate is a tilt left or right. Left, it's heavier. Right, it's thinner. All right, man, this thing is just such a vibe box so quickly. All right, check out. I'm going to show you two different things with break beats. With drums, I tend to use either the punch chain or the vocals chain, and you can instantly hear the difference on this break beat. Hear all those nice transients preserved. It kind of just squeezes everything but keeps the transients. But the vocals smush the transients. Much more aggressive. Darker and bassy. One thing I love about ALLCOMP is just the instant different choices that you can get. Oh, I didn't get to the fun one yet. Let's bypass that, and I'll show you the heat chain. I mean, what? In like a minute, solid, less than that. just the transformation that you can make sonically, and what a cool frickin' difference. I love ALLCOMP, man. When I tell you I use this thing like crazy, I use it like crazy. All right, let's see what it does to an 808. Here's where this levitate comes in real handy. If your 808 sounds great, but is just not quite heavy enough, go to post and move that slider down to almost to the left. Feel that weight come in. Crazy. Frickin' love ALLCOMP. And we're running a 40% off sale on ALLCOMP right now. If you go to Mixing Night Audio and you use the code LAST40, LAST40 in all caps, LAST40. And it is the last 40% sale that we're going to do until Black Friday. Last chance you're going to get any kind of a discount on it. And if you aren't convinced yet, let me keep going. Here's some pizzicato strings. Let me see how I can dig into these. So the Awaken is a 2-band exciter. So the presence is like a mid-band, kind of brings out like the vocal presence frequencies, and the air just gives you those crispy highs. And the thing with the big dial on ALLCOMP is there's a lot going on under the hood of that big dial. It's not just like a threshold or some shit like that. When you're turning that dial, there is a lot going on underneath from beginning to the end of the throw. The way I like to describe it is somewhere on that dial, your signal is going to sound great. You just need to figure out where on the dial that you want to achieve. Like with vocals all the way to the right, you're going to get a really aggressive, really compressed vocal with a little bit of air and a little bit of de-essing. And then if you just want more gentle vocals, you just back it off some. So that's kind of what's happening there. Let's hear the other channel. That saturator is just crazy. It adds so much character. Like, you know, the distort is obviously it's too much. But when you're lower on here, you're really just saturating it in a really, really musical way. Boom. All right, let me get through these. Next is a trap loop. all of these functions are automatable as well, so you can get super creative in your production if you want. All right, last DAW trick with ALLCOMP is, it's really just a basic piano, but I just love the way that this thing can really mash pianos. So on the smooth chain, it brightens up till about noon, and then it keeps that brightness, but it starts fattening it up from noon to like 4 o'clock. So listen to it from noon to 4 o'clock and listen to the weight of the piano come back. And one thing I love about the Oxidate reverb tank is when you go into pre, if you've got a lot of compression, you get this really pumpy reverb that can be beautiful if you set it right. Thing. Okay, that's ALLCOMP DAW tricks for you. Let's see, what else do we got? How are we doing on time? I feel like I'm a little bit behind. Let's go to Jonathan Garcia has cooked up a Pro Tools Vary Speed segment for you, and we're gonna run that for you now. Jonathan, take it away.
Video is loading.
Well, I will answer one question while they're loading the video. Michael Bruce Miller asks, hey Ken, can you create a glissando with Serato pitch and time? I don't know. I kind of doubt it. I think it's you'd have to do multiple segments in order to do multiple pitch changes. I don't think it does pitch on a curve. Other things I think do. I wonder if Logic does that. But so yeah, no, I don't think that you can do that with Serato pitch and time. No. How are we doing on that video, Jonathan?
About 30 seconds.
All right, let me get one more question. Tease Worldwide asks, hey Ken, when do you recommend ALLCOMP versus LAWCOMP? Well, personally, so if you haven't seen LAWCOMP, let me show you. LAWCOMP is straight out of my brain. I like to not look at gear. So this is LAWCOMP. This is the original version of it, and oh, I love this so much. The reason that I designed LAWCOMP was to get your brain out of gear mode and to stop thinking about, well, what do all the knobs do and what do all the do, and just enjoy yourself with a little bit of audio. And 9 times out of 10 when I'm working, I still use LAWCOMP because it always makes me smile and just looks stupid and funny. But it sounds amazing. ALLCOMP and LAWCOMP are the exact same plugin. It's just a different skin. That's the only difference. And Dragon Chain is the heat chain. Lori designed that dragon. I fucking love that dragon. So, you know, we've gotten a lot of hate for this, and we've gotten a lot of love for this, and that's exactly what I wanted. So as a young upstart plugin company that nobody knows about, and let's face it, nobody needs another upstart plugin company. There's a gazillion of them. So I wanted to build a plugin that instantly made you make a choice. Okay, this is for me, or this is definitely not for me. I'm fine with that. I think the worst thing in the world is for somebody to go, I don't know, maybe I'll check it out later and I'll see. Like, there's enough people who look at this and they're like, what in the hell? Oh, I've got it. I've got to know. I've got to know. And when we started researching this, the sausage fattener plugin was the only plugin kind of in this realm, and I thought a bunch of other people would go for kind of gamified fun plugins, but apparently no. So we did. So this is LAWCOMP, but for me, when I'm working 9 times out of 10, I'm just instantiating LAWCOMP instead of ALLCOMP, you know, a couple people asked me, like, well, you don't use that when clients are around. I'm like, motherfucker, yes, I do. Like, I had that shit pulled up in front of Alicia Keys when I was mixing the Hell's Kitchen project. Don't test me. Like, you know, when you're self-confident in your own work, which I am very self-confident in my own work, I am not afraid to be judged. All right, Jonathan, let's roll the tape on your Pro Tools Vari-Speed video.
Hey Mixing Night, my name is Jonathan Garcia. Let's do some DAW tricks. We're in Pro Tools and we're going to set the audio to follow the session tempo. We're at 176 BPM, you see it right there.
Barbers do it, have a big body whip just about my music. No, you can't have a hit cause my smoke exclusive. I don't do no features, that's how I wanna do them. 14 froze my wrist.
Alright, maybe I want a sped up version, that's pretty common nowadays. What I'm going to do is select the audio tracks that I would like to change, and then we're going to hit Shift, Option, Alt, and then we're going to go to polyphonic and click it, turn it on for all of them. Nice. You see they all changed. Now after that we're going to go change your time base from samples to ticks on the selected audio. Alright, so now that changed as well. So theoretically we're going to be able to change our entire BPM and this will follow. So what I'm going to do is go to our third one and we're going to add a BPM here, a new tempo. We'll just make that 176. So now we're going to go to 2 and we're going to change this to, let's see, 200. Did you see that got shorter? These didn't. That is because they're not following the sauce. Okay, so check it out.
Yes. Turn me up a little bit, sir.
I wanna do it like the barbers do it, have a big body whip just about my music. No, you can't have a hit cause my smoke exclusive. I don't do no features, that's how I wanna do them. 14 froze.
We can also slow it down. Let's go 60.
Barbers do it, have smoke exclusive.
Now what we're going to do, since we're already in polyphonic, we're going to hold Option and 5 on the numeric keypad, and we're going to select the audio tracks, right? So now I'm going to actually pitch these -12. Pitch -12. Spitting. Alright, for sure. And I think that's it, unless like I'm about to do a bunch of remixes. But enjoy these DAW tricks mixing night. Thank you so much, Jonathan Garcia. Back to you, Ken. Woo.
We are back, baby. Thank you, Jonathan Garcia. Love that Vari-Speed stuff. And, you know, the labels want that Vari-Speed stuff for singles all the time. Yeah, it's crazy. Who we got popping on the chat roll? Brad Bloom. Haven't seen your name before. DG, Eric Chansey, Amand, Michael Bruce Miller, Dave Hates 808s, love that. Dynasty on the Mix. This is Torch. This is Torch assigned to Magnetic Music Group, my sync agency. He is an absolute savage talent. And we actually met through Mixing Night. So, you know, there you have it. I discovered his talent. We used to run these beat battles, and his beats were always so incredible. That I knew when I started Magnetic, I was like, I gotta get Torch on the roster. He's incredible. So yeah, thank you, Torch. Okay, next DAW trick. I'm gonna show you guys. I have a full drum kit here, and you know, all live microphones. Usually 2 microphones per source. We got a kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, overhead left and right, and room left and right. And that is going to incur a lot of phase issues. So I am going to use a plugin from Sound Radix called Auto Align 2. And every single time that I am mixing a drum kit, before I do anything else, I'm running Auto Align. And when you hear the difference, your brain's going to melt. Okay, so I'm going to put Auto Align 2 across every track here. Dun, 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 dun. And you see it just loaded into the interface. And then I'm going to right click on what I want the master to be, which I'm going to go with snare top and group setup. Where is master? How do I select master?
Click on it.
Click align.
Oh. Alright, so I'm going to click Align. And then I'm going to play. Oh, that's what. Okay. So I'm going to click Align, and then it's waiting for playback. And then I'm just going to play through the entire part, which is not very long. And as it's playing through, this is analyzing every single one of these tracks in real time. And then when it's done listening to everything, then I can pick a master for everything to snap to, and it's going to correct phase on everything. Continue, yes. Now it's going to align itself. Boom. And now do I pick master? I don't see where. Well, let's just hear it. Do you hear that? So this is whenever I'm doing that and you see all of the plugins turn blue, I'm bypassing all plugins at once. Is it here? Yeah. And you can hear the massive difference in the sound of the drum kit. It just sounds so much more together. That is absolutely crazy to me. And like, envision for a moment if you're if you're not doing something like this and correcting the phase and alignment of your drum mics before you start EQing and compressing, imagine how much better your EQ and compression would sound if you auto-align them first. It is just an absolute game changer plugin for, and this also works on, like, piano mics, anything with 2 or more microphones that needs to be phase corrected. This is the one for the job. Crazy. All right, I'm going to leave those there. Next DAW trick, I'm going to show you how to get toms cleaned up. So here's the floor tom. It doesn't come in until so I'm going to go into slip mode in Pro Tools, and I'm going to cut right before the first tom hit, and I'm just going to delete that. And then I'm going to go to the next big hit after this last long tom decay. There's no other tom hits in here. And I'm going to delete this. And then if you turn this way up, watch your ears, you can hear a big cymbal crash right on the downbeat after that last tom hit. So if you want to compress these toms really hard, all of a sudden, let me just show you. Dun, 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 dun. So you hear how much that cymbal crash comes up if you're compressing the toms. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that cymbal. So you can see that little spike, it starts to get, that waveform starts to get a little bit fuzzy right there. So I'm going to go right before the fuzzy part, and I'm going to cut my audio here, and then I'm just going to highlight this is only the tom decay. Oh, I'm just going to pick a Renaissance EQ, and I'm going to put it in Bell, and I'm going to get a really wide Q, so it affects a large swath. And then I'm going to put it maybe center it around 5K and pull it way down with a really wide Q. And then I'm going to render. And let's see what I get. Do you hear how you still get the rumble and the decay of the tom almost completely unaffected, because the decay of the tom is like below 1,000 hertz really. It's the snap of the tom when the stick hits the tom is when you get all of the brightness of the tom. But as soon as that stick has done its work, the resonance and the decay of the tom is all lower mids and low frequencies. So if I'm just finding where that cymbal crash starts after the last tom hit, and I'm dialing that way back, then you get the... And then you can put a little crossfade to get a smooth decay on the end of the toms. And there's your get rid of tom bleed trick for the week. Man, I taught myself that one. I've taught myself most of these, honestly. But that one is one of my prouder ones. When I figured out how to do that, I was just like, oh my God, that worked. Holy cow. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys is this AMS RMX 16 by UAD, which models the vintage AMS RMX 16. And there's a patch on here called Nonlin 2 that is a classic for rock mixers to use for especially snare drums, but can be like your whole room reverb. And it sounds shockingly realistic. So if I go, let me just do a new track. So I'm gonna combine the snare top and bottom so that I can feed one signal to the AMS, and then I'm also going to use Waves Eddie Kramer drums, which is one of my go-tos for snare drum. Where is it? Eddie Kramer drums. Boom. Snare drum. Listen to this thing at work. Amazing. That's a DAW trick of its own right there. And then I am going to send these to the AMS reverb and listen to the room that this gives you. I can promise you, you have heard the AMS Nonlin 2 on snare drums and drum kits on so many records. Even when you have a great sounding drum room, a lot of times I will layer this in on top of the great sounding drum room just to let the snare pop out on its own just a little bit more. There you go, a little bit of AMS tricks for you. Let's see, what else do we got? I wanted to show you guys the Help Me Devon bypass plugin, but I couldn't get it installed on this computer. We have it down in Studio B. But we're giving away, if you guys haven't entered the contest yet, enter the plugin giveaway. We are giving away plugins all night. We probably still have 1 or 2 left to go. It's 4 plugin licenses, your choice, from Help Me Devon plugins, HMD plugins. And it's Devon with 2 V's, DEVVON is how you spell that website, Help Me Devon. He makes great plugins, and he's also a fantastic artist and engineer and producer. So he, just like me and Dom, design plugins from the user standpoint of like, we know what we want and what kind of tools we want to create as users. So does Devon, and his stuff is fantastic. But anyway, he has this new app called Bypass, which instantly allows you to just delete plugins out of your plugin list that you know you're never going to use again. And I've got 2 bazillion that need to go. So I can't show it to you, but wish I could. Also, we should still have, at the top of the chat, we have pinned a TikTok link. Mixing Night Audio launched a TikTok channel, finally, and we would love some community love for the TikTok channel. If you guys can copy that link and either check it out now or later on, go watch that video. It's my favorite clip from the July show. Watch the whole clip. This is how you help us algorithmically, and you give us a boost for the new channel. Watch the whole clip start to finish, and then like it, and then save it, and then subscribe to our channel, and our algorithm will go up, 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 and new people will discover Mixing Night, which would be fantastic for all of us. I would really appreciate all of your guys' help with that. So yeah, check out our new Mixing Night Audio TikTok channel, and thank you for your help, community. We really appreciate it. Also, the link for the plugin giveaways is in the description of the video you are watching right now, so go enter. Let's see, what am I going to pull up next? Okay. I'm going to show you some production work, creating transitions using Verify. Where is it? Boom, Verify. While I'm pulling that up, Brad Bloom asks, "Hey Ken, have you ever tried Freak Show Industries stuff? Insane GUI that you have no idea what the knobs do, unpredictable but sometimes brilliant results." Never heard of them, never used them, but sounds like my cup of tea. Eric Chansey asks, "Hey Ken, will auto-align work on choirs with multiple miking?" Absolutely, yes it will. Anything where multiple microphones are capturing the same sources. So if you have, say, a 20 or 30 person choir and you have 4 mics across the front capturing them, and you will absolutely clean up your signal and align the phase of that choir so much better with auto-align 2. It is a total game changer plugin. I highly recommend it for live recording, for sure, live recording. Let's see, what was I going to show you on? Oh, Verify transitions. Okay, so here is a song I co-wrote called Red or Blue. It's not political, it's about the Matrix, taking the red pill or the blue pill. And I think I would take the red pill every time. Let me let you listen to this, and then I'll show you how to create a really cool transition.
Stand very still. You're breathing fast. This is nowhere visit.
Alright, so the stand very still, you're breathing fast. It's not doing much. I want to create a moment that is like really captures you. So I'm gonna get rid of, I'll show you the pieces I'm getting rid of if you watch.
Stand very still. You're breathing fast. This is nowhere
So I've gotten rid of those pieces. Now here's what I still have.
Stand very still. You're breathing fast. This is
That's a pretty cool drop on its own, but I'm gonna do one more thing to it. I'm gonna select those 3 tracks, and I'm gonna go into Audio Suite, Avid, and then all the way down on Avid is Verify. Audio Suite, Avid, Verify. And then I'm gonna fit to selection, which fits to what I have highlighted right now. Slow down. This can speed up as well. Now listen to this transition.
Stand very still. You're breathing fast. This is nowhere visiting. One-way path. Stand very still. You're breathing fast. This is nowhere
I love that. Like, as a listener, if I'm starting to drift off my attention listening to this song, the moment I hear that transition, I'm right back in it. I'm like, what the hell just happened? That was the coolest thing ever. And from a lyrical standpoint, Stand Very Still, it feels like an instruction for you. Now it feels like, oh, now I need to stand still. And then I love the breathing fast. That's just me going here, and then I super compress them, I think, probably with ALLCOMP. Let me check. I love that. So, all right, one more time listening, and we'll move on.
Mad, blue fade into black, into the rabbit hole, and it's a one-way path. Stand very still, you're breathing fast. This is nowhere We're visiting the past.
I love that trick. Okay, and then I'm going to show you guys the piano formant on this. In the bridge of this, if I can find it. Dun, 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 dun. Is it here?
Looking for
I'm going to start from scratch on this so you see what I'm doing. So the as recorded, this bridge just has this like simple one-note piano that carries a ton of reverb on it.
looking for love, looking for someone who makes you feel alive. Got your own rush, got
Like, that's cool, but what else could that be? So I'm going to put a little altar boy on it. Now, if you don't know about formants, formants are monophonic. They do not want to hear polyphonic signals, which is multiple notes at once. And even though this is a single note piano line, that reverb of each note carries one into the other, and that's going to throw off the detector of the formant crazy. So my goal is going to be to get from formant 0 to formant plus 12, which is an octave up. So listen to how we get there.
looking for love, looking for someone who makes you feel alive. Got your own rush, got your own problems. Run so far, but you can't hide. Looking for love.
Now, to me, that sounds a little bit too drastic, so I'm going to back off on the mix, and I'm going to blend the dry with the wet.
Looking for love, looking for someone who makes you feel alive. Got your own rush, got your own problems. Run so far, but you can't hide. Looking for love, looking for.
Now you have this like really interesting sound that you didn't have before, but I'm going to take it even a step further. I'm going to now duplicate this, and on the duplicated track, I'm going to keep the formant plugin on, but I'm going to go to fully mixed, and I'm going to drop the formant and the pitch to minus 12, an octave down. So it's an octave down on the formant and an octave down on the pitch. And this is what you get. Source. Now when I combined the formant up an octave with the formant pitch down an octave, this is what I get. And this is what it sounds like in the song.
Looking for love, looking for someone who makes you feel alive. Got your own rush, got your own problems. Run so far, but you can't hide. Let her blow, take 'em all. Run so
love that trick. That is Pianoformance with Verify. Not Verify, with little altar boy with formatting. So, what is next? Oh, now I'm going to show you Levitate on a lead vocal. Let me get there. Because this lead vocal was just not so sweet. While I'm pulling this up, Steven Ramos asks, "Hey Ken, have you ever been in a mix-off or a mix shootout for an album or single? And if so, what are your thoughts on them, and did you win?" Well, here's one that I won. There's a song, I'll just pull it up for you. Major Ali featuring Justin Bieber and Juicy J, Lolly. This thing has 171 million plays on Spotify alone. I think my streaming numbers on Muso clock this in at like 500 million streams. So I was just talking to my friend Jeff Edwards, who called me for this gig. So Jeff calls me at like 9 o'clock at night on like a Tuesday, and he says, "Ken, you don't know me. My name's Jeff. I'm the tracking engineer for who produced this? Big producer." Anyway, he says, "We've had 5 other heavy hitters mix this song, and they're still not happy with it. I know that you're the guy. Can I send this to you tonight? But it's got to be done by the morning." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, send that shit right now." So I got the song in by like 11. I was mixing by midnight. I turned in my mix by 7 a.m. By 11 a.m. we were into late revisions. By 1 p.m. the song was finished and delivered, and I beat all 5 guys in some definite heavy names that you would all know. And the mix was mine. And 500 million streams later, it's still on my resume. But yeah, I have basically beaten almost everybody out there in shootouts, and some of them have beaten me. So I mean, I've beaten Manny American and Serban and Mick Gazowski and Chris Lord Alge and Fabian, and it's a long fucking list. But, you know, those guys win a bunch of them, too. So it's not like, what I find with shootouts is every single shootout that I have won, most of those guys' mixes were sonically better than mine and sonically more perfect, but my mix felt better. And I think that's kind of the story of my career, is vibe. And I am always looking to connect with the song, and I want the song to tell me what the song needs, and then I react to what the song needs, and I do that for that song. And if it doesn't sound as pristine as what somebody else might do, hey, I'm not trying to chase that. I'm trying to chase what does that song need to be the best version of the song possible. So that's how I win shootouts. But yeah, I rarely lose them, but I'm not in them a ton. But it's always fun getting to go head-to-head with other guys. You know, win or lose, I mean, it's just interesting to hear your work against other guys' work. If I even actually ever hear the other guys' mixes. Okay, what am I pulling up? Oh, so let me show you guys Levitate on a lead vocal. So here's the lead vocal.
Driving in my brother's Jeep, Grand Cherokee. Life was better back with you in the passenger seat. Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a hug.
So I am going to instantiate ALLCOMP mono to stereo. Now I'm instantiating it mono to stereo so that I can use the stereo oxidate reverb engine in stereo. But I'm just going to go with the vocal chain. Now ALLCOMP is 5 of my chains put under the hood, very easy to use. But this is my vocal chain reduced down to a 1 knob turn, and it's the easiest thing in the world to use.
Driving in my brother's Jeep, Grand Cherokee. Life was better back with you in the passenger seat. Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home and trying to make it back. Driving in my brother's Jeep, Grand Cherokee. Life was better back with you in the passenger seat. Skating cul-de-sacs, give.
So levitate is a tilt. So I am tilting the frequency range a little more to the bright end. So I'm shaving off a little bit of bottom end and I'm opening up the top end a little bit. That's what's happening.
Driving in my brother's Jeep, Grand Cherokee. Life was better back with you.
And I chose pre so that it, as I'm basically rearranging the frequency spectrum of the microphone, and it makes the compression a little bit smoother because the bass frequencies aren't driving the compressor as hard anymore, because I have tapered them back a little bit. Now let me oxidate this a little bit, add some reverb.
Driving in my brother's Jeep, Grand Cherokee. Life was better back with you in the passenger seat. Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home and trying to make it back. Driving in my brother's Jeep, Grand Cherokee. Life was better back with you in the passenger seat. Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home and trying to make it back. Driving in.
I mean, it's so effortless with ALLCOMP. It's really amazing what's happening. So under the hood on the vocal is there's compression and limiting and air and de-essing. And it all happens kind of in the same order that I would use all of those individual pieces. And it just goes from less aggressive to more aggressive. But this is already compressing. So this is not like nothing is happening when the dial is all the way to the left. There is plenty of stuff happening when the dial is all the way to the left if you have enough input to get there. And then you just find where on the dial that your vocal sounds the best, and you leave it there and leave it alone, and then you can use the drop-down LMAO section for tailoring the sound. And you hear how just incredibly fast and effective this is for dialing in great vocals.
Driving in my brother's Jeep, Grand Cherokee. Life was better back with you in the passenger seat. Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home.
Hear that beautiful reverb, Carrie. I love. So these 5 reverbs in Oxidate are my 5 curated reverbs. Like, I went through and really tried to dial in the 5 most usable reverbs that I could, and I use, like, I didn't really think when we built this thing that I would use Oxidate much. I use Oxidate like crazy because I find that most of the time hunting for the perfect reverb is a pain in the ass and confusing as fuck. And so what I've done is I've laid out 5 of my best reverb choices, and you can very easily and quickly go, no, 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 yeah, maybe, no, yes, that's the one. So, you know, everything about ALLCOMP is designed to be very fast. Let's see. I feel like I'm supposed to go to Marcus Manderson now. Let's go to Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night, Man of Mystery. If you guys need a moment to queue it up, let me know and I'll take questions. But we're in the home stretch. I think, oh, I wanted to show you guys one other thing with GreenHAAS before we go to Marcus Manderson. This vocal is just a copy of the lead vocal. And
Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home.
so it's just a copy, it's not doing anything. So if I put, I can just move little altar boy on it, and I'm gonna form it down with little altar boy.
Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home.
Yep, that's got automation on it. Let me just, okay. I'm gonna put little altar boy on this. I'm gonna pitch down and form it down 12. Then I'm just gonna copy ALLCOMP over to it and get rid of the reverb.
Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home and trying to make it back. Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm going without a home and trying to make it back. Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a...
See, I levitated that left so that I could, this is going to sit under the lead vocal, so I don't want the mid-range of this competing with the lead vocal, so I'm levitating it left to soften up those highs. And then, here is the real mind-blowing trick. GreenHAAS. GreenHAAS in stereo, and I'm going to, just as instantiated, I'm going to turn the dial fully wet, and I'm going to go to Tulip. And so instantiated is like that, fully wet, the tulip flower, which is a modulator, and then listen to how wide this thing gets. It's incredible.
Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm going without a home and trying to make it back.
Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home and trying to make it back.
So that's completely off of the lead vocal now, and listen to it in the mix.
Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home and trying to make it back. Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home and trying to make it back.
So whenever I have like a lead vocal and I have a single double or I have like a single harmony track and I want to get that away from the lead vocal, this is exactly what I do every single time. And if it sounds a little bit too wide, then you can just pull in the pan pots a little bit and it just, snuggles in a little bit.
Skating cul-de-sacs, give mama a heart attack. Now I'm grown without a home and trying to make it back. Skating cul-de-sacs.
That's one of my favorite tricks. GreenHAAS is a beast. Literally. Oh, literally. So, yeah, here's some fun plugin design for you. So, the GreenHAAS was the first plugin that we made. And it's like a saturator, spreader, modulator, but really it's a vibe box. It's designed to give you results that you never expected and absolutely love and sound amazing. And I use that on so many different things. Okay, are we ready with Marcus Manderson?
Yes.
Okay, so before we go to Marcus Manderson, we have pinned a TikTok link at the top of the chat roll. Please go to that link at some point or save it. And we just launched a TikTok channel. And we need some community love to get the algorithms popping for our TikTok channel. So at some point, watch that video start to finish, give it a heart, and then save it to your files, and then subscribe to our channel. And that is immeasurable help for our algorithm, and we really, really appreciate your help. If we still, do we have any more plugins to give away? Okay, if you haven't registered for the plugin giveaway, we have 1 or 2 more to give away. We're also giving away Session Studio tonight for a year. Go to the description of the video you are watching right now and enter the plugin giveaway contest. And there's still some stuff to win before the end of the night. And let's go to Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, for some free plugins and some AI stuff.
What's good, Mixing Night family? This is Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, back with another Mixing Night Man of Mystery moment. In this Mixing Night Man of Mystery moment, we're going to talk about some free plugins and also a couple of bonuses that you can use in your DAW for DAW Tricks Night. All right, first, we have 2 plugins from Luxora Audio, the Sub Bass, and we also have the Vocal Preamp. Definitely check those out. I will include a link in the comments where you can check this out later. Then we have RetroSynth from Audiolatry. We've talked about some of their free plugins. This is a light free demo version of their RetroSynth. You can find out more about that here when you click the link. We also have Chord Bloom from Pentacom, where you can explore chords and discover progressions. So if you have trouble coming up with chords like never before, you can check out Chord Bloom from Pentacom. Then we have Cowboy Harp. I've been seeing a lot of briefs lately on the sync side looking for alt country or country pop vibes, and this could fit in really well with that in addition to having the guitars and stuff. So check out Cowboy Harp from nnaud.io. Next, we have the Echo Soundworks Kalimba, which is a free kalimba that you can check out. There's a pop-up for a discount. There's no discount on free. It's a free kalimba. If you don't know what a kalimba is, it looks just like this. Shout out to Mrs. DeFingers who gave this to me for a Christmas gift. I've used this on a couple of projects. But if you don't have a real one, check out the kalimba from Echo Soundworks. Next, we have a tone shaper, a one-knob tone shaper from Quiet Format called Tilt Tone. Free. Definitely check that out. Next, we have Haze, a free chorus by Lunacy. You can get that on Plugin Boutique. Then speaking of Plugin Boutique, if you take the survey, at the end of the survey, you'll get a code for another free plugin. I believe it is the Bloom Drum Light plugin from them, so check that out. Then we're going to get into a little bit of AI before I end this segment. SoundRaw is currently doing a contest, so depending on your feeling and vibes with AI, whether you want to enter or not, but they are hosting a contest where you can add in your own musical creativity using some of their AI tracks, and you can win up to $2,500 in cash and prizes. So definitely check out the SoundRaw contest. Finally, we're going to get into a little bit of AI, depending on the DAW you use. This is your DAW tricks for the day. If you go to ChatGPT and just type in ChatGPT and then your DAW and then bot. So for example, I use Logic Pro. If I type in ChatGPT, Logic Pro bot, there are people who have created AI agents to help you in your workflow when you're creating using your DAW. So for example, I could download this one. If you use Ableton, or if you use Pro Tools, or if you use FL Studio, I'm sure there are now bots, except there's an assistant for Ableton. There's Pro Tools, and I'll show you the one really quick that I have. This is the Logic Pro bot that I downloaded from Charles Klin. You see some of the prompts that are already there. So I can just go in here and you see some of the prompts. Help me start a song in this style. What is a cool guitar progression? Give me a melody loop. Want to write lyrics. So if I say, give me settings for lush reverb in Logic Pro, it will go through and tell me settings that I could use in this case in Chroma Reverb and give me those settings. I use it to come up with track titles. I put in lyrics and song titles for like an album, and I ask it to help me come up with an album title. So there's a bunch of ways to use AI in that context. All right, and last but not least, using a little bit more AI, this is the AI Studio. What I can do here is I can go to the stream icon here, and I can go to share screen. Jump over to Logic, ignore what she's saying. If I jump over to Logic and say, hey, I am working on this project, AI Studio, and I'm not getting audio out of my DAW session, please help me figure out how to get audio from Logic Pro here.
Okay, I understand. It sounds like you're trying to get audio from Logic Pro to work with your AI Studio session. First, can you make sure that the audio output settings in Logic Pro are correctly configured to send the audio to the desired destination? Perhaps a virtual audio cable if you're routing it internally?
So I'm not going to go through that whole process, but just be careful because you have no idea how the AI is using your screen shares and your voice and everything, but we're in that world today. This has been Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Meta Mystery with another Mixing Night Meta Mystery moment. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right? All right. Peace.
Mixing Night DAW Tricks
with Ken Lewis.
All right, thank you, Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery. Marcus does really well in sync as well. I love my mugs. All right, I'm going to show you some incredible Logic tricks that I only recently learned myself. This first one, let me play you a bit of this song. This song is called Sins. I wrote it with Ben Stevenson. Yeah.
Listen to my confession. Could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head as you lay across my bed.
Then it gives you this full choice of, I'm just going to let it split everything, but you can have it split into fewer stems. And watch what happens. This is mind-blowingly good. It mutes the full mix, and it gives you broken out stems.
Listen to my confession. Could you become my redemption when you my submission? Listen to my confession. Could you become
Absolutely nutty to me. So, I want to show you one other really cool trick with Logic while I have it. So, if I wanted to change the tempo in this song, I would, let's say I want to slow it down to 120. It was 133. So, I'm going to move the tempo of the session down to 120. Then I'm going to right click and I'm going to go down to tempo. If my camera's across this, just get rid of my camera for a second. So right click as everything is highlighted, go down to tempo and apply project tempo to region and downbeat, and look what happens. So I'm taking the tempo of the project and I'm moving that number, I'm forcing the files to conform to that tempo. You can do the reverse. Hey now, did it only do one? Let's do it on the full mix. Boom. Tempo project. There we go.
Could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo.
That is some pretty nifty tempo shifting. There we go, back to the source. So Mazzy's back, and just as moody as ever. She's barking her head off at me already. So the other thing that I wanted to show you with Logic, I know, right? Yeah, I want to show them. It is cool. It's the coolest thing ever, right, Maz? Now you just hush up and you let me show these people some other cool shit. So who uses Apple Loops? You use Apple Loops, Maz? I do. I love Apple Loops. Do you like Apple Loops? Yeah? Yeah? What do you think about them? Well, I agree with you. Well, that's what I've been saying this whole time. What? Yeah? You're right. You're right. I mean, you have to use Logic in order to use Apple Loops, but if you have Logic, then it's kind of a level up. So, hey you, now it's time to be quiet. Well, I don't want to be quiet. Okay, so I'm going to mute these drums, and I'm going to set a loop, which I already have, and then I'm going to go to my Apple Loops. I've picked out a bunch for this, and hush it up, woman. So I've picked out a bunch of Apple Loop drums that are, all of these individual loops are at completely different tempos to each other, let alone this session. Oh, I got to put the tempo back to 133, don't I? And listen to how much they change the mood of the production of the song. And I use Apple Loops when I'm producing a lot. And one of the reasons that I do is for the exact reason that I'm about to show you, because you never know what sound is gonna, or what drum pattern or what loop is gonna give you a certain feeling with a song, and I'm always looking to find the best feeling that brings out the most emotion in the song. So now that my drums are muted, I'll start this, and it's just looping, and you'll hear, you'll see.
Send to my confession, could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head as you lay across my bed. Feel it inside. Send to my confession, could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head as you lay across my bed. Feel it inside. Send to my confession, could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head as you lay across my
Do you hear how every single one of these choices gives you a different feeling about what this song is and what this song could be? That's the most amazing thing to me about it. And you see how all of these are tagged with different tempo markers, but every single one of these is conforming to the tempo of my session. So then the part that I didn't show you is as you are listening, when you find loops that you like, you can add them to your session in real time while you keep listening. Let me show you just briefly how to do that.
To my confession, could you become my redemption? When you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission, there's no halo on your head. Confession, could you become my redemption? When you kneel in that position and you...
So then I can take them all over here from my audio files and I can just drag and drop them at the beginning of this verse and use create new tracks, create new audio regions, and then they all lock to the tempo of my session, and I can audition them in real time. I'll keep the main drums muted and I'll bring these in one at a time. And then what I end up doing is I end up looking for layers, and I see if any two parts layered together gives me something greater than just one loop.
To my confession, could you become my redemption? When you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission, there's no halo on your head as you lay across my bed. Feel it inside. Send to my confession, could you become my redemption? When you kneel in that position and you pray for...
So you can analyze combinations of loops for days on end, and you can layer as many or as few or none at all as you want. And this is a lot of times how I build my own productions. I just listen sometimes for hours and hours and hours until I find those aha moments that I'm like, whoa, that makes me feel like this song is supposed to feel. And then that goes in my session, and I audition it later, and I see what happens. So for now, I'm going to put the original drums back in, and I'm going to get rid of the pianos, because the other mind-blowing part of Apple Loops is when they conform to both pitch and tempo. Drums, you're only locking to tempo, but when it's kind of hard to find melodic Apple Loops libraries that are tagged correctly with the right key signature. So you have to have the right key signature in your session because the Apple Loops are going to look for that to conform to that key. So I'm in B minor. I have muted the piano, and then I'm going to start auditioning music loops for this. Now, none of these music loops would make my final production, but they all give you a different feeling and a different, like, oh, this is how this song could go. This is interesting. So let me play you a few and you can hear for yourself.
Listen to my confession. Could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head as you lay across my bed, feeling inside. Listen to my confession. Could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head as you lay across my bed, feeling inside. Listen to my confession. Could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head as you lay across my bed, feeling inside. Listen to my confession. Could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head as you lay across my bed, feeling inside. Listen to my confession. Could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head as you lay across my bed, feeling inside. Listen to my confession. Could you become my redemption when you kneel in that position and you pray for my submission? There's no halo on your head.
So you hear the range of emotions that those different loops can bring out. And again, I none of those would make my final production, but the point is just to hear what is possible as a producer when you use these things. And then what I can do is bring, say, two of the ones that I chose into my session. They'll conform to key and tempo. And let's hear them together. They probably sound awful.
Listen to my confession. Could you become my redemption when you need? Listen to my confession. Could you listen to my confession? Could you become my redemption when you need?
Crazy, just crazy. So yeah, if you're using Logic Audio, check out Apple Loops. They can really open up a ton of creativity for you. Let's see, do I have any other really cool shit to... I think I got through almost everything. Wow, holy cow. Let me answer some questions before we wrap up for the night. DG asks, hey Ken, I'm noticing that you're not using the mash on ALLCOMP. Is there a reason to avoid it? No, mash is a final limiter. So if you want, like, just really to level off that signal and make it go like this is as loud as you get and as quiet as you get, you're going to stay right here. That's what mash is for. I used it on one of the drum loops, I think, but for the most part, the sounds tend to breathe really well without it, unless you just want something that's leveled off and doesn't move dynamically. Then mash is the one. So there you go. Let's see who else has got questions for me. Michael Bruce Miller asks, hey Ken, if you use Logic Stem Splitter and split the stems out, then do a phase flip on the original track, does that give you silence as would be expected if the stem splits were exactly reproduced to the original? Let's find out, Michael. Okay. There's the source. Now I'm going to put where's the gain? I think that's got a, yep, phase flip. Let's find out. Oh, wait, I did change the volume on those. Let's make this a fair fight. And boom.
My confession, could you be?
The answer is yes. They almost completely phase cancel.
Become my when you need to my confession.
All right, that's impressive. That's very cool. So if you didn't follow what the question was or what I was doing, so I put a phase flipper, phase inverse, phase reverse, whatever, spit it out, Ken. I put a phase reverse on just the full unsplit stereo master recording, and then I layered that with the stem split, and everything phase canceled completely. So I'll show you one.
Could you my redemption?
There you go. Let's see, a couple more questions. Chris asks, hey Ken, thanks for all of the info about sync last month. You're welcome, Chris. Question, quality over quantity in mind, how many songs would you recommend an artist has ready to go before pursuing sync opportunities? I think it's less about the number of songs ready to go, it is more about the quality of songs ready to go. I've had artists send me a folder of 30 songs, and I just didn't find a single one that I was inspired to pitch to sync. And I've had artists send me a folder of 4, and I've been on the phone with them 10 minutes later going, these are amazing, do you have more? And usually if they're at that quality, yes, they have more songs. But, as a specific, I would say an album's worth, maybe more. The thing about sync is not about your music. Sync is about the scene or the emotion or whatever the TV director or the film music supervisor is trying to get across emotionally in that scene by using music. And that is so unpredictable for what your catalog contains. And like we just signed this amazing artist called Walter Sickert and the Army of Broken Toys. They're awesome, but they're like art rock, and they've got like 6 or 7 albums. And we got a sync request in for a movie last week, and I'm reading the sync requests, and I'm like, Walter's stuff is definitely right for this. So I started listening all through all 7 albums, and you can tell within 5 seconds if a song is going to be right for what you're looking for. Is it the right tempo? Is it the right feel? Is it the right emotion? Blah blah. You get a very quick sense of this. So, but I listened to almost every song on all 7 albums, and I picked out 2 songs that, if you had asked me, like, what are Walter's important songs for sync, those 2 would not have been on the list. But here comes a brief that perfectly describes those 2 songs in his entire catalog, and those were the 2 that we sent. And that's often how this works. So, it's so hard to know when you have enough songs to go to sync, and, are they good enough? But if they are, you're probably going to have a sync company or 2 or 3 that's interested in working with you. And if they're not, then nobody with a great ear is going to want to work with you yet. And hopefully they'll give you some good advice to transform yourself and get yourself to the point, where you're ready to start sync licensing. And I can tell you from personal experience, I have made more money as a producer and songwriter producing and writing songs that have caught sync opportunities. We didn't write them for sync. We just produced and wrote great songs, and they happen to be syncable songs, and we've made a bloody fucking fortune on those songs. And those songs, quality over quantity, the best licensed songs that I have, that I've touched personally, outside of like the Kanye West Power and all of the lights and shit like that. But like the indie artist best songs that I've touched personally, we've spent weeks on every single one of those songs that has made me a fortune. And a lot of people will spend like an afternoon or 2 or 3 on a song, and that's good enough for them. And then it never syncs, or it's only catching like $1,000 syncs or $5,000 syncs. And here I come along, and we're on rare occasion getting 6-figure syncs. And you only do that when you have exceptionally great music that sounds exceptionally great in every way, from production to writing to performance to mix to the whole shebang has to be really exceptional. And at Magnetic, I'm looking for those exceptional artists who have mastered their craft, who are not accepting second rate, who want to create the best music possible because that's just who they are anyway. And that tends to be the music that syncs the best. I'll answer a couple more questions, then we're going to call it a night. We just hit the 2-hour mark. Thank you for joining us tonight. Who else is still? Man, the chat roll is still popping. Who do we got? We got DeBeat Kid, Catfish, Secret Sound Lab. Dave Hates 808s is still here. Alexis Quadrado. Bill Dwyer. Good to see you, Bill. Michael Bruce Miller. Ben Kruger. Man, Ben, my heart goes out to you. Love you, bro. Thank you so much for being a part of this community for so long. It's great to see you. Josh S. Duffingas. Duffingas is Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, if you did not know. Gifted Man. Alex Goforth, LZ2K7, Lon Freeze, Dave Hates 808s. What's up, everybody? It's so good to have you guys tapping in tonight. All right, I'm going to take a couple more questions and wrap this up. Let's see. Brad Bloom asks, "Hey Ken, are there any general observations as to what you generally prefer for the master, or is it case by case? And if so, what criteria makes for a good master?" Like, as in, I assume you mean like as a mastering engineer, or as what I would want as a producer for my song to be mastered. I am, just like with every single other thing that I do, I am looking for the song to tell me what it needs. And that's going to be different every time. There are some things that I'm always trying on my master bus, like the UAD Manly Varimu is like a cheat code, I think. One of my favorite master bus EQs in plugin land is the UAD Pultec Pro Legacy, because it's got the two stacked on top of each other, and it's got like a mid-range bump when you instantiate, and it sounds so 3D. I freaking love that thing. The Mixwave stuff is great. The Hazel Rig plugins from Mixwave are fantastic. The Mixwave Pultec is fantastic. If you got guitars that need a little help, their amp sims are fantastic. Yeah, okay. Who else we got? DeBeat Kid. Hey Ken, have you heard how good K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack is? I have. Actually, Jonathan Garcia turned me on to K-pop Demon Hunters. And I feel like I've worked with somebody that's involved in that, but not for a little while now. And not on the Demon Hunters, but on like previous projects. But obviously, if you guys don't know my K-pop cred, I've mixed 50 released BTS songs. 50. I've mixed for New Jeans, for XG, for almost all of the individual members of BTS. And if you're a real K-pop head, the artist that got me into K-pop was Rain. And I mixed the Rainism album in 2008. Rain was on the Time Magazine 100 Most Influential People in the World list on 2006 and 2010, and I mixed for him first in 2008, then again a few years later. That was kind of my very first introduction to K-pop, and then I mixed a bunch for like SS501 and 2AM and JJ Project and a ton of stuff. And way cooler than what I've done in K-pop, show co-founder Dom Ravinius has produced 4 #1 K-pop singles in the last couple years. Dude is an absolute beast. So if you want to really hear some amazing K-pop, look into Dom Ravinius's discography. And man, he really has a sixth sense of musically what works in K-pop. He's just genius level with it. So I think I'm about to wrap up the show for the night. Thank you all so much for joining us. Congrats to the winners of the Session Studio and the 4 plugin licenses from Help Me Devon Audio, HMD plugins. And if you haven't tapped in on our new TikTok channel yet, please help us with some algorithmic love getting our TikTok channel off the ground. There's a link at the top of the chat roll, and watch that start to finish. Give it a heart, save it to your saved videos, and subscribe to our channel, and you will help our algorithm quite a lot, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope some of these DAW tricks end up making it into your own productions. They are in a bunch of my productions, so yeah, that's what I think about them. And you all have a truly great night. September is Hardware Night. We are basing the September show around the Wolf Audio Pro Patch digital patch bay. That thing is mind-blowing. It is so good. And we're going to be able to use the Wolf Audio Pro Patch as kind of like the centerpiece for the show, so that I can show you all of the other analog gear. But its ability to kind of switch different chains on the fly is second to none. You can literally A/B seamlessly between, you know, if I have 10 pieces in my rack, I can take these 3 pieces and put them on one chain, those 4 pieces and put them on another chain. I can mix and match and create like 3, 5, 6 different chains, and I can just A, B, C, D, E, and you can listen in real time the switch, and you can go like, oh, you know, I thought this series of outboard was going to sound best, but really it's that one. And the Wolf Pro Patch has just really reopened the door back to analog for me in a way that is just so nice for an old analog head like myself. So yeah, check out that Wolf Pro Patch if you're an analog guy, or if you want to add analog stuff into your own DAW system. Anyway, that's it for us. You all have a great night, and thank you for joining us for the August mixing night, and we will see you in September for Hardware Night. Have a great night.
Mixing Night DAW Tricks!
With Ken Lewis.